Hello everyone, welcome back. I wanted to change the color of this, my overlay here. Give me 1 second. I didn't do what I wanted to do. There we go. That look a little nicer. There we go. Alright, I'm hoping, but it might not work. Maybe Benny overlay doesn't recognize our airport, so we're not going to get a little progress, unfortunately. My mouth doesn't stick. Give me a second. I want to open Sky Vector since we're doing some. Alright. We're in Sky. I'm going to get Sky Vector pulled up on the screen for you guys. Here we go. Let's find it. There it is, Sky Vector, and we are, I'm trying to find Montana. We can go right here. Looking for 9S5, that's going to be, that didn't really help me with it. Right there it is, weather station. So here we are, we're in Three Forks. We're going to be going up the Missouri River, and there's a few places we can go. I mean, it's Helena, I think. Yeah, so we're going to be, I didn't even realize Helena was that close. But we're going to be going up the Missouri River. We're not going to land in Helena, or we can go past it, maybe we'll fly over it. We're going to keep following Missouri. And we're going to come into Great Falls. Great Falls is going to be our first point where we're going to aim for. So I'm going to kind of put on this map. Oh, it's fine. So we have Great Falls. And then from Great Falls, we're going to keep follow. If we have more time, we'll follow it. And it's kind of why I have this open, because I'm going to be wanting to look for like where to keep going. This is going to continue to be Missouri, and we might have to just kind of drop off at one of these smaller airports along the way, because if we can get all the way out to Williston, perhaps. So we can actually get pretty far. Put that away for now. And I'm ready to go. If you guys are jumping in, you can. But we're going to take off. We're in the Diamond Aircraft 62, the DA-62. I think this will be a alright plane to fly in. So here we go. See, parking brake is right here. I think it's off. There we go. I'm on live time. I did pause though, so I might be not perfectly on live time, so I'll have to double check that. Well, we are taking a long time to gain speed, aren't we? Why can't I? Why can't I take off? Oh no! What is? What the heck? Okay. Well, okay. I had no problem taking off yesterday when I did this from the same airport. I'm at quite a loss. Alright, so I guess I'll just restart here, and I've never had that issue where I'm not able to get the plane off the ground. I mean, we are at 4,000 feet. So here we are at Three Forks. I'm really at a loss. Do I need more flaps? I don't know. Am I gonna have to change planes? Does the plane just not have enough? I'm very surprised. I didn't have this problem. You know what? I might not have actually taken off out here. Yeah, I feel a little bit better. It looks like we're actually getting speed. That was really weird. We got stuck at like 63 knots before. Really weird. I don't know if maybe my thrust levers didn't work. There we go. Yeah, yesterday I was flying with this plane and it was going no problem up the as high a speed as we wanted. Now I'm having difficulty gaining any speed. So weird. I wonder why I don't do VFR flights a lot, because every time I seem to do a VFR flight, I can't get the plane to stay in the air. I can't get any speed. Constantly fighting just to keep the plane up. Alright, so there's the Three Forks. Alright, if I can. Three Forks is, we have the Jefferson River right alongside us, right there. The Jefferson River, and then the Madison River, I believe is going to be this one. And the third one is the Gallatin River. Gallatin was I believe it was the Secretary of the Treasury for both Jefferson and Madison during the Jefferson and Madison presidential administrations. So you got the Jefferson, the Madison, and then the Gallatin. Gallatin was actually Swiss, so he was from, well, obviously from Switzerland, and that caused him a little bit of trouble with the Federalists and, you know, the people that were like, we shouldn't let a foreigner be in the administration. We have some issue here with the Jefferson River. What is going on there? It's always funny how certain things start breaking. that wasn't broken yesterday, and now it's just randomly breaking below me as I fly along. Awesome. Yeah, so we got 3 rivers here that come together. Kind of like in Pittsburgh, where you have the Allegheny, the Ohio, and the... I'm not sure what the other river is. And if you want to go by the Native Americans, the Ohio actually continues. It doesn't there's not the confluence of 3 rivers that then become the Ohio. The Ohio just keeps going all the way into New York. You see some of the power lines off to our left there. And I believe that's from a great mod I have. I don't know if I have it in the description. If I don't, I'm going to have to add it. It's a really good one. Adds in power lines, solar panels, stuff like that, where they should be. Alright, so we're flying along the Jefferson right now. Right over there is the Madison coming in. And then a little bit further up is going to be the Gallatin. Hey, Tyler T. Welcome in. We're flying. We are right at the beginning of the Missouri River in the United States. We're near Three Forks, Montana. I'm flying the... Oh, wow. What is going on? Why is the terrain loop freaking out? This is so weird. I did not have this problem yesterday. The terrain is literally, like, braking as we fly along. It's like changing altitude. That is so weird. Oh, every time. Alright, so now we are on the Missouri River proper. It is combined, the 3 rivers have combined into becoming the Missouri River. You can see for some reason, the terrain is doing weird stuff as we fly along. I think it might have stopped. Want to check the weather. Make sure we're in real time. We are. So it is 6:13, 6:12 p.m. out here in Montana. An hour behind me out here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yeah, there's some weird stuff going on with this river. I think I'm gonna have to look and see. I've always seen there's like a mod fix some problems with the elevation on the Missouri River. So if we run into those, that's because I didn't download that mod and keep running into stuff. Oh man, it looks beautiful. Yeah, I've changed the trees. I have using Bajan Hibachi's 4-season pack. Switched it to summer. Was using early summer, late spring, but now we are full on in summer. So the trees are beautiful summer trees. Tyler's gonna be might be getting MSFS next month, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah, if you like to fly, I think you'll enjoy it. It doesn't have the most real, it's not the top flight model sim. If you're looking for that, that's X-Plane, but if you're looking for something you're going to really enjoy visually, and you're not super hardcore into the flight model, which I don't know how many people are actually. I suppose if you fly a real plane and then you jump in the flight simulator, you're going to notice the difference for sure. Otherwise, it looks beautiful, and especially when you're doing VFR flights like this, it's amazing. Ooh, we got some weather on the radar. Ooh, there's some nasty weather on the radar. But I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the clouds swelling up in sim, so we might avoid it. Because there's some nasty looking weather along our whole route here on Missouri, all the way up to Great Falls. At least we're not going towards White Sulphur Springs. But in reality, this should probably be a big dark gray cloud in front of us. But weather looked really nice actually, so. I love this kind of terrain where you just have the trees, but you also have the open, hillsides. Really cool. There's something weird going on with the river. See that? It's kind of the weird coloring going on around the trees. Kind of weird. Beautiful. Nice little bend in the river. Kind of get up here. See what we've got on both sides of this river. Really interesting terrain because it kind of slopes down and then you have a big kind of hill and then the river in between two hills, but the ground around it kind of slopes off right here. Very interesting. Big old bend in the river here near Brewer, Montana. Now, this plane doesn't zip around as much as the VL3 that we flew through Luxembourg. I gotta be careful, I can't just snap it on a dime around these valleys. I'm definitely looking forward to being able to do this every as many nights as possible after I get home from work. Just kind of a relaxing, half hour, 45-minute, hour flight. Just start on a runway, fly up the river or wherever you are. Right now, the plan is on this flight we're going to fly to Grand Falls or Great Falls, Montana. Along the Missouri River. And we'll kind of see what time it looks at Great Falls, and then maybe we'll keep going. But between Great Falls and the next really decent sized airport, there's a while. But I think we should be able to land this plane at most little airports. Shouldn't have too much trouble. Alright, so this is Toston. Back over to the river. Yeah, unfortunately we're not getting a very good progress report. I mean, I think the mileage is going down and the time, but we're not getting the plane is all the way at the end already for some reason. I think it's just because it doesn't really recognize the 9 Sierra 5 for a what was that, 3 what do we call it? What's the city? 3 Forks. Just joining in, we're flying along the Missouri River right now in Montana. Started in 3 Forks, where the Jefferson, Madison, and Gallatin Rivers come together to form the beginning of the Missouri. And we're going to fly this all the way to the Mississippi River. Not tonight, but for about an hour tonight, and then hopefully tomorrow night I'll be able to jump on for an hour. And considering the speed of this plane, we might be able to do it within the week, or with only within a few streams. Take the whole Missouri River in. Gotta watch those power lines right there. Again, a great mod that adds in those power lines. And in certain places we'll add in like the little balls that are on the red and white ones that kind of warn planes, hey, watch out for the power lines. Didn't have it on those ones. Here we got the Missouri kind of breaking off, having a few I don't know what you call those when it kind of makes its own path. Right in front of us here is going to be the city of Townsend, or the town of Townsend, and there is a Townsend Airport, which is Kilo 8 Uniform 8. We're looking good on time. We're 7:22. I'm aiming to kind of wrap up the stream around 8 o'clock, so we'll fly as far as we can. See what it looks like. I'm a little disappointed in the live weather though, because there's a massive storm right now, basically moving off. And we should actually be able to see it like right over there. But we should still be kind of in the edge of it. Yep, Missouri River. You know, so it starts, you have the Jefferson, Madison, and Gallatin lead into the into the Missouri, along with many other rivers along the way. And then, yep, leads into the Mississippi. And that goes down to the Gulf of Mexico and to the Atlantic, yeah. And if you count the Mississippi and the Missouri together, you know, the Missouri and then where it goes into Mississippi at St. Louis, I think it's the 4th longest river in the world, or river chain in the world, if you combine those two right there. Missouri gets overlooked a lot. I mean, it's actually a longer river. I believe it's a longer river than the Mississippi, actually. Yeah, it kind of breaks up right in here. This is the Canyon Ferry Lake. So I don't know if this lake was formed. It looks like there might be Yeah, it looks like there's at the top of the lake here. This is a lake formed by a dam, I'm guessing. We had the town of Townsend, Montana, just behind us. We're gonna actually have another airport off to our left, which is a Canyon Ferry Airport. Right up there, I think. Matthew on top, VLA, wanting to be a pilot since you are in Flight Simulator. Can you show me how to land a plane and take off? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm an expert at it, but I can kind of, especially in these smaller planes, I know how to land the airliners and for the most part, but kind of the ideas of what you need to do. I can get it on the ground. Don't get your training from me, but I'll try to just kind of let you in on what I know. But it's really awesome. Yeah, go for it if you can afford it. Pilot training is expensive, especially if you want to go all the way to the airlines. But there's some really great programs out there, like ATP. Got a lot of locations, and they have like full financing. I think it's like 1% interest. It's the best financing you're gonna find for anything. It's about $80,000 to do it though, but I mean, if you can afford the payments while you're only making a little bit, because they don't make a ton while you're a trainer and just building up those hours. But they have a nice pipeline to certain airlines, to the regionals, and then to United, American, Southwest. They got partnerships with all of them, so unfortunately I'm not really in a position to kind of do that. I think if I was single and younger, would definitely swing it. What are your thoughts on a Zeppelin airship? Well, as long as you're not using hydrogen. There's that airport right there, Canyon Ferry. I have a... Here, you guys can see it. I need to see myself. I just have the Thrustmaster joystick. Flight stick. I do have in the Thrustmaster throttle and rudder pedals. Not the most expensive ones. Gets the job done as far. I mean, I'd love to get a yoke. Pretty cool. Thanks, Matthew on top, for the subscription. Yeah, we keep getting the subs here. We're going to be at 1,000 pretty soon. Kind of leveled off after when I started getting back to work. I think I went from about 400 subscribers to about 800 in the month of January. But then it's kind of plateaued for a while. Just because I'm not able to stream all the time like I was during Christmas vacation. Try to get this. There we go. I think we trimmed it out so we can kind of level. So what I say, this is Canyon Ferry Lake here on the Missouri River. Assuming it's formed by a dam. Canyon Ferry Lake. Yep, Canyon Ferry Dam. Canyon Ferry Dam was completed in 1954, used for electricity, irrigation, and flood control since. Actually, I kind of want to pull out of here and fly over to Helena a little bit, which is the capital of Montana. So Canyon Ferry Dam is, I think it's going to be on the north end here. About 68 miles downstream from the beginning of the Missouri, the confluence of the Gallatin, Madison, and Jefferson rivers. It's a little bit far out. We'll climb up here, get over to Helena, check it out. Nope, I'm on my PC. Got a nice. I mean, the reason my stream is got a wide screen and then I have room on top and bottom to have all the information scrolling over there is because I have a 21:9 ratio screens. Like most screens are 16:9, right? Your HD TVs, your regular monitors. Your old TVs were 4:3, but most stuff now is 16:9. Well, this is 21:9, so it's a little bit wider, and I can't go back. And there are people that even have wider stuff than that. But I'm playing on my PC. That allows me to stream pretty easily. I don't know. I have no idea how I would do it. I haven't had an. I think I had an Xbox for like a little while. Probably 5-10 years ago now. Otherwise, I'm PC, personal computer, gaming computer. I built this one, and I upgraded it this last summer now. Put in a new CPU. I can't believe it's been a whole year now. Put in a new CPU and upgraded the memory. Make streaming a little better. So we're gonna kind of go over these mountains here. This is what I find crazy is the way the terrain here is. It's like you got these mountains, like the hills along the river, and then you get over the hills, and now you're back into kind of flat area. We're just gonna take a little detour off the Missouri, but we'll get back and fly over the dam. We're gonna go and fly towards Helena. See the Helena Regional Airport right in front of us. I bought a Boeing in Microsoft Flight Simulator and I can't use it. Can you help me? Which Boeing did you buy? Did you buy PMDG? The Boeing 737? Because I also have that, and I have a little bit of experience flying it. A little bit of experience flying the 737-800 back in X-Plane. And so the 730, this one is a little bit different because it's the 700 and not the 800. But the 787, you bought the 787? Or are you using the one that comes with Microsoft Flight Simulator? Because that one, it's not too difficult. That's someone coming right up on us, it looks like. I'm surprised how many people are in this area flying. The amount of people flying on multiplayer. Just everywhere. Everywhere you load in. Here's Helena. It used to be the home of the Helena Brewers. I don't know if they replaced that minor league team because the Helena Brewers, I believe, moved to Colorado Springs when Colorado Springs moved to San Antonio. $10. I'm wondering if that's the Zobo one because I don't think anyone else has made a 787. So you might have bought like the standard version of the game and then you bought the 787 from the Zobo. I don't know. I'm gonna be doing a 787 flight at some point, flying from Israel to New York. So pay attention to that, and when I get there, you can kind of suffer along with me trying to figure it out. So here below us is Helena. I'm gonna see if I can find the stadium. I'm not sure what river or creek we're on here. Helena Valley Irrigation, so I'm assuming that's coming from the reservoir. Pretty rustic capital city. I wonder if there's more over here. I didn't see like a Capitol building or anything. I'm flying on a US East server, all players, and I'm just doing live time, live weather, so that's what I'm doing. So if you want to hop in and fly along, I'm at Helena Regional Airport right now, so if you jump in there you should be able to catch up. with me. I'll show up as Mark Tweezy. It's a very strange. Well, oh, there looks like more Helena over here. Oh, that was the East Helena we flew over. Now we're coming up on Helena proper. We'll see if we can. Helena. I don't know why I'm saying Helena. Looks like a hospital right there. Obviously, it's not photogrammetry, so we might not. It might be kind of hard to see a Capitol building or whatever. I mean, that could be it right over there. I don't know. Know what interstate's going through here. 15. We got US 12 and Interstate 15 coming through Helena. Well, if you spawn in Honolulu, I'm not gonna see you. Because I'm all the way out here in Montana. If you want to fly with me, I would spawn in at Helena Regional Airport. I'm going to work my way back over to the reservoir and the dam. There it is, I think. Yeah. I just want to see it's a canyon Ferry Dam, and then we'll make our way back up the river, or down the river. It's downstream, right? So it'll be down the river. See a little bit of quick facts that I found here on Google. Helena is the capital city of Montana, county seat of Lewis and Clark County. Founded as a gold camp during the Montana Gold Rush, established on October 30th, 1864. And it became a wealthy city with approximately 50 millionaires by 1888. So we're coming up, that's going to be Lake Helena right on our left. So we're a little bit far north, we're kind of doubling back a little bit. Right here is going to be Helena Valley Reservoir. And we'll have Hauser Lake. I think that's going to be Hauser Lake right there. I don't know. I'm going to be landing in Great Falls, I think, Montana. But I'm right around Helena right now, so if you spawn in Helena at the airport, you should see me really quickly because I'm not that far off from it. So this is the reservoir right there, and right in front of us, that is Hauser Lake on the Missouri River, and then Canyon Ferry Dam is going to be like right over this hill. And we're going to just fly right back up. And looking at the way the time's going, we're probably going to land in Great Falls like I planned. Hey, Cisco Punch. Lewis and Clark expedition funded to find passage from Pacific Ocean to Midwest and the Missouri River was part of their exploration. Yep. Yeah, they flew. They spent a lot of time on the Missouri River and probably took it all the way out to probably. Let's see where they could. I'm guessing they probably took it. I'd have to look into. I don't know the expedition like by heart. But I'm wondering how far they went along before they got off. I would assume they probably went all the way to the confluence, at least the three forks, if not down the Jefferson River. If they got lucky, they went down the Jefferson River. That would take them pretty far west. Because they were obviously looking for a passage to all the way to the ocean. They obviously had to get at a certain point. They weren't able to because it does just end. And so we are really flying back. We kind of left the reservoir, the lake, way back here. Yep, so we're kind of going the reverse of Lewis and Clark, or maybe basically the way they probably came when they returned after they reached the Pacific Ocean. But I don't think they were able to go by river all the way to Washington State. But I'd have to look and see if they could have gone down the Jefferson, and how far the Jefferson goes before that peters out. You know, or if they went on a different river that kind of flows in. Have to look and see what their route was. But yeah, definitely the Missouri River for quite a bit of it. There should be the dam. Right there. There it is. And that makes sense too, because the water is going to be higher behind the dam than it is flowing, continuing on. There you go. There's the Canyon Ferry Dam. I mean, it doesn't really show up that great in the sim, and I don't think anyone's modeled it for me to download, so that is what it is. News Now Minnesota, thanks for the subscription. And Cisco Pod, awesome. Awesome, there you go. Popped up for you too. News Now Minnesota. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't think we're not going to get into Minnesota on this little excursion along the Missouri. Matthew on top. I'm going to be flying. I think we're going to be ending up at Great Falls, Montana. Right now I'm very close to Helena, Montana. But we're going to be landing at Great Falls International. Kilo Golf Tango Foxtrot, KGTF. That's the airport we're going to. By the time we get there, it should be around 8 o'clock, and I'm going to sign off for the night because I need to get to bed about 9 o'clock and probably want to grab a little bit to eat here, see how the baby's doing, see how the wife's doing, do some language studying, read a book a little bit, maybe make some more thumbnails for future streams. Is the mouth is the end of the river, yeah? The mouth would be there in St. Louis. Yep. Yeah, because they probably would have went up, I think they went up the Mississippi, right? Joliet and Marquette ended up in Wisconsin. Well, those are very, very famous names here in Wisconsin. We have Marquette University here in Milwaukee. and just flying into these mountains and hills here in Montana. Really awesome terrain. Jimmy J, learning flying college soon should be fun. Awesome. Are you planning on going all the way up and flying the air, getting into the airlines? Yep, a lot of native, the indigenous tribes lived along the Missouri, and Missouri gets overlooked. I mean, everyone knows Mississippi. Missouri kind of gets overlooked because there's not a lot of development along it. Basically, St. Louis, you do have Pierre and capital South Dakota, and what I think Billings isn't on it. What's Bismarck. So the capital, both the capitals of North Dakota and South Dakota are on it. I was going to say there's not a lot of development, but Omaha is on the Missouri River. But it does tend to get overlooked. Everyone thinks about Mississippi, but not Missouri, which is actually, I think, a longer river. Hey Carlos, welcome in. May 8th, 1541, south of present-day Memphis, Tennessee, Spanish conquistador Hernando de Soto reaches the Mississippi River, one of the first European explorers to ever do so. Oh wow, I mean, this really gets... it goes through the mountains here. This plane is not as nimble as the VL3 that I flew through Luxembourg along the rivers through there. I mean, it almost kind of peters out the way it's looking here in a flight simulator of the river. Well, if you're doing it, yeah, I mean, I know that is something you can do in college, is learn to fly. And considering most airlines, the requirements are you need a 4-year degree. But I have heard that if you're going to get a 4-year degree, don't get it in aviation, get it in something else, because that's your fallback. Because, you know, while they want a 4-year degree, that's more kind of like, again, kind of your, you know, oh, you're applying for a job, we want you to have a bachelor's degree or something, right? But especially in aviation, so if you want to have that fallback, because let's say you don't make it in aviation, well, it's like, okay, now the only degree you have is flying planes. But just put in on your simulator, put in KGTF, and that will open up, just put in the airport code and that will find the airport for you. Yeah, I'm wondering if some of this, the way the river is over here, is someone's done like a fix for it. I know I've seen a few, like Missouri River terrain fix. Now that I'm flying along it, there are some areas that need some work. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard that most of the major airlines, you need to have a 4-year degree, but it doesn't need to be in aviation, and you should probably not get one in aviation because you don't really have a fallback then. Let's say you don't make pass the tests or whatever, your check rides, and now you need to go look into something else. Obviously you can still have your private pilot's license, but let's say you don't make your commercial, or whatever check ride, and now, well, you have a degree, but it's in aviation, and there's not much you can do with it. And again, I don't know. I mean, I just heard that as, don't focus on getting an aviation degree, like that's something you get. 4-year degree, yes, if you want to go to the airline, but definitely, yeah, if you're going to college right now, now's the time to kind of do it. You know, get into it, and that gives you a lot of time to, you know, make a career out of it if you want. And if you just want to do it private, that's awesome too. This is amazing, this river. Of course, we do have some terrain glitches here in Flight Simulator along it, but I have no idea where we are. We are really following this river. Coming up on Holter Lake. And we'll have Oxbow Ranch Airport, US 1040. So I think that's just going to be a private little airstrip at someone's ranch. Yep, we're definitely going to be landing at Great Falls. It's about 10 minutes to 8. Well, even that 115 years old current course is not entirely accurate, because I think there have been some projects done to limit the, I forget what you call it, but where it does change course naturally. And it's sort of the same thing with the Mississippi, where it doesn't change course as much naturally anymore. Alright, I'm going to kind of cut these little bends off. We'll just kind of fly over them. Get a pretty cool overview. Beautiful. Very much reminds me of where I lived in China. Whoa. All the kind of mountains along the river over there. Laurentide ice. I'm guessing that's the one that caused all the, like, western Wisconsin, eastern Iowa, lots of the, like, I think what they call drumlins. Alright, thanks Matthew for stopping by. Hope to see you next time we're flying, and hopefully you can stop by when I'm flying the 787 or the 737 or the Airbus, and kind of learn how to run those planes. I think this is why I wanted to fly this route. It just kind of popped in my head. It's like, hey, I want to fly the Missouri River, and I think it's this because, you know, just the terrain. And I think, you know, same with not to say the Rio Grande isn't going to have that, Colorado River, of course, Hudson River, even the Mississippi. I think out of all of them, the Mississippi might be the most boring terrain-wise. The river kind of doesn't look so great over here, the way they got it modeled. Ugh. Alright, so right next to us there, that's Interstate 15. It's going to be following along the river with us. It's going to lead all the way to Great Falls. Thanks, Jimmy J. Yeah, I hope to see you around, Jimmy J. I try to stream on my days off, and I'm hoping I can do some more of these VFR flights on my after I get home from work. Coming up on Mid-Canyon. An interesting town name, Mid-Canyon. Not Mid-Canyon, but Mid-Canyon, like. A lot of vehicles on the road. Unfortunately, they still haven't figured out how to get those vehicles to stay on the road. They're kind of floating in the mountainsides. And if any of you guys play American Truck Simulator, or if you've watched some of my videos of American Truck Simulator, I don't have a lot of time to get into that and play it anymore. And I do my own, I do real life trucking now, so. But I think Montana's coming out soon, so. If you do get into that, I mean, Interstate 15's gonna be weaving through this area, and that probably look pretty cool. Definitely Oregon and Washington when kind of driving in some of those interstate, some of the highways right along the Columbia River are really cool in American Truck Simulator. Never got to those areas in real life trucking, unfortunately, but Mid-Canyon is a state fishing access site located on the Missouri River in north central Montana. Also a camping site with toilets available. Oh, cool, Cisco. Yeah, I did over the road for 2 years, and now I'm local, working at Miller Brewery in Milwaukee, spotting trailers mostly. But now we picked up the contract to do bring in cans from the warehouse, and so whenever I get put on cans, that's kind of an easy gig. It's just driving up the road in Milwaukee to the warehouse, sitting there, let unload, and then when brewery calls, we drive back down and then unload and do it all over again. And not a ton of work compared to spotting. But I'm good either way, because that means I get home. Get home every day. 12-hour days though, but again, home every day. It's a really cool area. Passing by Cascade, Montana. Did they know about Plymouth, Massachusetts before they got there? Coming up on Ulm, Montana. Oh, that's Great Falls Airport's right there. Alright, so we're gonna make left traffic runway 21. So this is runway 3 that we're looking at. Yep, everyone was looking for a Northwest Passage. Yep. Alright, I saw the terminal, or I saw the tower, and I was like, whoa, Ulm has a big airport. That's like, here's Great Falls right there. Kind of snuck up on us. But just a little over. I was thinking, it's like, oh, maybe we might be able to go further than here. But nope. We're actually, there actually is an angled runway right there. Oh, wait. Oh no, they want us to go 21. Yep, we're going on the long runway. I was gonna say, that's runway 17 and 35, and it looks like it's closed. So we're gonna make a left traffic pattern here. Here's Great Falls, Montana. Let's see, home to the C.M. Russell Museum. Devoted to the artist known for images of the American West. I'd like to know some more. Like population or something. It's a decent size city. I'll turn on the landing lights. Make our left turn. I started the trip at Three Forks, at the confluence of the Jefferson, Madison, and Gallatin Rivers, where the Missouri River starts. Had to pick a place to start. I was thinking, should I start on the Jefferson? Should I start further? Where's the airport? There it is. And I'm glad. I mean, I was surprised to find this along the way at Great Falls. I'm trying to find like some decent. I don't want to just be always landing at tiny little airports. I'm surprised at how big this airport is. It's got a full-on tower. I mean, it's got a 10,000-foot runway. This ain't no little, middle of nowhere airport. Ooh, that was hard. That feels really hard. Oh, I think... Oh, you know what I did? You know why it was so hard? You know what was so hard? I didn't put on my landing gear. I didn't put on my landing gear. Oh, no. That's why it's like, check gear. Yep, flight sim will do that. I can't believe I cannot believe I didn't follow the landing gear. I was thinking I need to follow the landing gear, and then I'm like, nope, and I forgot. Wow, I have never done that before. I was wondering why. I was like, wow, that is a very realistic, you know, I really landed hard, but yeah, I just completely didn't put out the landing gear. Is he gonna let me put out the landing gear now? Obviously not. Well, that was a little bit of an embarrassing end to the flight. We'll act like that didn't happen next time. I won't have to. We'll get it repaired or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I felt like that was going to be a good landing until I hit the runway and there was no landing gear. So it turned out to not be a great landing. Alright, well, thanks for coming along, Cisco and everyone else who stopped by. Hopefully tomorrow night, I'm hoping, if I'm got the energy, and we'll see how busy I am. No promises, but if I do get on, probably be 7 o'clock, 7:30. I'm hoping 7 o'clock because then I can be done by 8. And we'll start up in Great Falls and fly from there to wherever along the Missouri. So thanks for coming along, and until next time, happy flying, take care, and remember to put the landing gear down when you're landing. Especially in those bigger planes. Alright, see you later, and keep an eye out on YouTube and Twitch for when the next stream goes up. I hope to see you then.